Hi, my name is Becky. I'm going to be showing you how to protect your coursework marks. We start off in this mark sheet. Like all screens in Wekware, it is what we call a Wekware live document. Let's first make full use of the available screen real estate by zooming this document to fill the screen with. Next, we can see some instructions in red. These are filters that have to be selected before the mark sheet is displayed. Let us do so. Once we've done so, we can now see the marks. Now, for protection of our marks, we have two protections. Firstly, what are called record locks. If you go to the rows of marks at the far right, there is a padlock. This padlock will lock that particular record so it can't be modified or deleted. Then at the top here, beside the filters, we have what are called range locks. Once these are locked, you cannot enter new marks or any extra marks for a particular subject or course as appropriate. We also have a third one here, which is for the headings and dates. Here at the top, we have headings. Okay, so here, for example, I could label this one and call this mark integration or differentiation. Integration. Okay, I can now put a date. So you can edit the title and date for any assignment as appropriate. So before you lock records, we have to check the records and make sure they're correct. To indicate that the records have been checked, we have an icon on the far left here. This, at the moment, it's an icon of a book. Once a supervisor has checked, they click on this icon, it turns into a tick to show that the record has been checked. So all these records should first be checked, then they can be locked. Once a record is locked, you can't delete it or modify it. Let's come here, for instance, and let's try to change the mark to 56. We get an error message. The record is locked. Okay. We can also lock the headings and dates here by first checking them here. Once you're happy that it's been checked by the supervisor, we can then lock them. Once we do that, we can't change the headings. If I try to type something, it will refuse. Finally, we can range lock the particular mark sheet. So you can lock at different levels for range locks. Normally you lock at the lowest level. If you lock at subject level, it will lock this specific subject in this specific group, in this specific course for a particular specific session. If you lock higher, for instance, if I lock at class level, it locks everything below. It will lock all the subjects for this particular class. If I lock at course level, it will lock all the mark sheets for this particular course, for all subjects, for all groups. Similarly, if I look at division level, it logs all the departments and courses and classes and subjects in a particular division. And finally, if I look at session level, it logs all the sessions in that particular institution. In this case, we're going to lock at subject level, which is normally the recommended one. Once we have locked at subject level, we can't enter new marks. For instance, let's pick a student. Okay, it pulls up his marks here. We say 56, and we'll try to say add. You get a range access denied. You're trying to add marks.